So one thing I want to bring up as this water is really high is the different final BMPs or bank stabilization measures that we put in. Now right down here you can see we've got erosion control fabric, and that's holding up pretty well, even with the flows lapping up against it. Now I'm going to flip the camera. Doesn't look like I can do that. I'm going to show you over here where we've got just seed and mulch, and you can see the creek is trying to wash that right away like it's no big thing. On the opposite bank we have what's called a coir mat, and that's holding up really well as well. What I was just pointing at over on this bank is more of a lighter straw coconut blanket, but over there is the really heavy duty coir mat. You can see how the straw mulch along the creek here is just getting washed right away. So as we're back out here at Big Dry Creek the next morning after the flood event from yesterday, I was pointing out some of the blanket and how well some of it seemed to be holding up. But now that the water's receding, we're going to see that a little better. So here I'm going to show you some coir mat on this side of the bank, and you can see where I'm touching that. This held up really well. We're on kind of an inside bend here, so you're seeing some soil deposits here behind me. One spot I do want to point out that didn't do so well is on that opposite bank there. And really what the challenge is, anytime you have a transition, you can see there's soil rep lifts over here, and then it transitions to just a coir mat, and then back into just coir mat going forward. And it's at these transitions where they're always tough to tie in. So you can see we might need to do a little bit of repairs there. Okay, this location, you can see how high the water got. It got up over those sediment control logs you see over there. And the water line, you can actually see the water line here, the high water mark. And that all the mulch that got exposed to that flowing water is piled up here behind me with this sediment control log. So you can see the mulch doesn't always, just traditional hay or straw mulch doesn't really do very well with flowing water. But I think this project did as it was designed to do. It's just that the flow event got up above what we would typically design blanket for. So there's no problem that they mulch this area, but I'm just trying to demonstrate that how straw mulch doesn't on its own stand up to flowing water from the creek. It does just fine if it's just getting rained on, it'll do great. But if you start putting flowing water that's moving horizontally along it versus just falling down from the sky, it's not going to withstand that like a blanket will.